Alright, so I have not done a Rick Riordan video in a long time, actually. Need to get back to that, but so I just kind of want to do it now. This is the Trials of Apollo series, and this consists of the Hidden Oracle, the Dark Prophecy, the Burning Mage, the Tyrants Tomb, and then the Tower of Nero. I don't know if you remember, but I did a Tower of Nero review, and it's my most viewed video right now. So it's kind of a lot. I really like the Tower of Nero. If you didn't see my review, I gave it very positive reviews. But I think it kind of progresses on. I might do a Rick Riordan ranked. I like those videos, so I just might want to rank all the Rick Riordan I've read. And I might even read some of his adult literature, but it's not really fantasy, so I don't know. But for me, this book was the worst Rick Riordan book. No. These first two books were the worst. And it wasn't that it was bad, because Rick Riordan's a great author. He is champion of middle grade. I really don't doubt that. And if you've only read Percy Jackson, it goes so much more from there, and I recommend you. But so at this point of my run, I read these two books. I had finished every one of the Percy Jackson except for the King Chronicles. And so I was going into this series. Okay, well all of these series that blew me away, and I wasn't exactly blown away by these two books. And yeah, it was like, this is not a demigod. But it was nice to see Percy's camp, and it was the still same vibe of the first couple. And then, so, this is a really short book, shortest Rick Riordan book as well. And I think it only got better from the Burning Mage. This one kind of, like, it was pretty bad, but, like, by the end of this book, I was like, you know what, it wasn't that bad. And then, it only got better, the Burning Mage. Burning Mage was a great book. Went back to the Labyrinth, which is an element that a lot of the Percy Jackson fans loved. The Labyrinth was so cool, and all of it's just like very different. And this time it's burning, so there's something wrong with it. It's not like there's like a sense of like emergency to it. And then the characters are still have a great. Lester and Meg are our main characters, and then we follow side characters like Will, Nico, I think he's in the last book. As not the most, and like it's a great book. And then Coach Hedge is in this book, and Jason's in this book. And this will be spoilers from now on, because you can't really spoil the first two books. This one has a major spoiler in it, so just bye now. And Jason dies in this book. I did a review for the Burning Mage. It was my first book talk. It was, Let's Talk the Burning Mage. This was forever ago. Around 8 months at the time I'm recording this. And that's what my thoughts were a while ago, but if you want my thoughts now, very brave of him. Like, it was very unexpected, because I didn't like Jason in the first 5 books. He's kind of comes back to form now, and he kills himself, which I'm like, wow. I was just watching it happen. But I thought it was really cool. It was a good choice of him. He did the best he could of what he did with Jason. And then you can see how Piper deals with it, and she's obviously not that happy about it. And it was like, you kind of like the book became staring at the last page once you were done, and I think that was the second best book in the series. The next book was called The Tyrants Tomb. And this was the 4th book, and I think it was a really, really, really solid entry. I think it came everything the Burning Mage was, but it was everything the Burning Mage was. Not that much more, because each book has a very different feel, kind of visits all the different characters. From the first one was kind of like Camp Half-Blood. Oh, this is where Camp Half-Blood is. Second one was kind of where Leo and Calypso was at the end of the Blood of Olympus. And the third one's kind of like Jason, Piper, Coach Hedge. This one, Frank and Hazel. And upon doing this video, I rewatched my review for the Tyrants Tomb. And I really, I liked it. Like, it was a great book. And this is, it was when, Frank kind of, fakes his death. That's when I was scared. Like, I wasn't really scared with Jason, but whenever Frank, quote unquote, dies, it kind of was like, then I was like, what just happened? No, wait, no, that shouldn't happen. But, yeah, I was very shocked, and then he came back, obviously, and a lot of important things happened in this book. I think, I see, my memories aren't perfectly clear about this book. I read this 8 months ago. And I'm pretty sure someone becomes a hunter. It might have been Raina. Yeah, it was Raina. That was really cool. I like that. Just all the people slowly becoming hunters, knowing what's what they want to do, and that's cool. I like that was a good decision. That was the Tyrants Tomb, book 4, and now book 5, the Tower of Nero. And I did a recent review on this, and if you watched my review, you'll know I loved it, and the Tower of Nero was everything you can ask of a Rick Riordan book. It wasn't my favorite Rick Riordan book. It was a favorite in the series, and it was a great book. I think this is a perfect wrap up. It kind of felt like what should have been the first book, because it has a lot of Camp Half-Blood nostalgia. And you can see Python on the cover, the best cover of all these pictures is small. After reading some of the Wheel of Time and Way of Kings are huge books, and then these things are so tiny. This was a great book. I have a review. Again, my most popular review. And then this has Meg going up, coming full circle, Apollo coming full circle. And I didn't really realize that while reading the first 2 books. I thought he was just going to be a jerk. And then, you realize, oh, this is a character building arc. And you realize at the perfect time. And it's great. There's so many things that happen. The Arrow of Dodonna kind of, sacrifices itself. And that was a cool move. And, it was a very, very hyped climax. He kind of falls down a cliff, but he does not die. And after that scene, there's a lot of nostalgic moments, because he's wrapping up the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. So there was a lot of, tying it all together, and that was that was crazy. The last book of the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. And that was a ride, because I've read Percy Jackson when I was probably in 3rd grade is the first time I read it, or 2nd or 3rd grade, and that's kind of, it's been a while, so I gave all of these, I think, let me check. I haven't checked my Goodreads on this, but I know I gave this one a 5-star. I know I gave this one a 5-star. I know I gave this one a 5-star. This one might have been a 3-star or a 2-star. And this one was a 3-star. And, yeah. That's my review of the Trials of Apollo. If you want my thoughts as a whole, it's a great series that's really worth your time just, investing in it. It's a children's series, but it'll get you hooked. And if you're not into reading, I think you should read Percy Jackson. It's the best intro to reading if you're in a reading slump, or if you're not reading much. I definitely recommend the Percy Jackson series. But for people who have read Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus and not the Trials of Apollo, because I think you can't really read those without reading. We can't really read this without reading those. I think it is worth your time. It's not the first 2 books, so you'll definitely not be impressed. But I think by the end, you'll be this is worth it. And obviously, that you should read this and get more into Rick Riordan. Get as much out of Rick Riordan as you can. And if you're just a casual fan, this will get you into more of the Greek gods details than I really like the Greek gods now, obviously. So I kind of wanted to start doing longer reviews now. Like I did a long review for Oathbringer. I want just more long reviews instead of just 3-minute excerpts. But yeah, that was my whole review of these. And right now, if you want to know what I'm currently reading, I'm over halfway through The Great Hunt. And if everything goes as scheduled, this should be the next video I posted. We'll be talking about this book. So that's it for today. So see you in the next video.